Hi, I'm Eden Amadora for those who are new, and this is the Oracle Office Hours. This is a time to come together in the heart, a time to open to receive the wisdom, the guidance of the divine feminine, and the archetypal beauty of the Oracle cards, the 13 moon Oracle cards. And I'm just delighted to see so many familiar faces and some new ones, and to play with you, to have fun today. I went on a walk and spring has sprung in the Northern Hemisphere where I am. I was in absolute bliss with the blossoms, all the colors, all the flowers. I can see some nods and smiles. What a relief after the winter just to feel how Divine Mother loves us and loves life. We are so blessed to receive this beauty of Earth. And I know we get so busy sometimes in our little boxes. So I highly recommend getting out there, getting your bare feet on the earth, even taking a few deep breaths with your face lifted towards the sun and letting it just bless you. Because when we reconnect back to those natural elements, it's so good for our heart, for our health, for our perception of life and our energy. We're electromagnetic beings and we can recharge really quickly with nature. So in our busy worlds, let's do it. Welcome, and you can let me know when you come in, where you're beaming in from, especially if you're new, and for everyone who's here. And if your little post just says iPhone, I won't know who it is, but we have Danielle from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Ooh, that's a place I've yet to go, and I've heard so many amazing things about the community and the energy. Yes to that. Dana is in Henderson, Nevada. I'm in Marin County, California, about, I don't know, maybe a half hour from the Golden Gate Bridge north. Yeah, Scott's nodding. Yeah, that's where we are. And Scott's in Tiburon. He's even closer to the bridge than me. And Monk Goddess is in Kansas City. Kim's from Boston, and Amy in Lafayette, across the bay from me. Beautiful. It's fun to feel each other lighting up the globe as people come in, and they have from all over, from Malta, from London. It's getting, maybe, is it really, no, I don't know for Australia what time it is there, but we used to have a couple people from Australia, New Zealand. That's fun. I love thinking about how we're all connecting across the world. All right, so we have a little rhythm with these calls if you're new. First, I just like to set my intention and just a general reminder of what I'm up to and why I like to come in and do this almost every week. So as a Divine Feminine Mystery School teacher and priestess, I've been on a path of heart awakening for many, many years. And it is my joy, my honor, and connected deeply to my purpose to share, to offer from this place, and to raise the collective vibration together, to bridge, and together we rise, together we awaken. It is the time of we. I love that expression. When I becomes we, illness becomes wellness. And this is what the next age that we're in the birth canal, and it's kind of uncomfortable sometimes, is all about. This age of Aquarius, where we're going to get a lot more connected, even psychically. We're going to feel each other more and more as one heart, one organism, our shared humanity. So it is exciting to me. And we're on the front of that wave, beloveds. If you're here, you're a sensitive being that's resonating, and we are lifting the veils. We are lifting our own frequency. We're doing this great work together. So thank you. So that's my intention, my purpose, is that this is collective work, that as we come more into our hearts today and we go out into our families, into our communities, into the world, that our vibe is just glowing and high, and we are here in love. So let's put a hand over our precious heart. And yes, our heart on the left is so precious. And in this case, I'm talking about the center, the heart chakra, just holding that and closing your eyes for a moment. You can give it a little energy, a little spiral. Deep, deep breath with me. And I like to put my other hand of light on my lower belly and just breathing 3 deep breaths. Coming into this present moment, letting the busyness of our days subside. Deep breath with a sigh. And as you exhale, feeling yourself just relax and land in the body as the living temple. Last deep breath. With a sigh, that is, not the last deep breath. Keep the breath deep and keep your eyes closed for one more moment and just diving in with your full focus to your heart, to your sacred heart, to the place behind that hand of light, deep inside your heart chakra. And just letting yourself almost breathe into the back of the heart chakra and feel the tension melt away with each breath. Feel this place deep inside where there's a diamond, and we've heard the jewel in the center of the lotus flower, this unbreakable gem of your essence. And in this place, we're just going to breathe into this diamond light together. And as you are here in you and I am here in me, there is truly only one of us, like namaste. We are the one heart. And so we spark this remembrance today and feeling everything you're bringing, the shadow, the light, all the feelings in the body, the mind, the emotions, they're all welcome. This is the divine feminine, the full embrace. You're welcome exactly as you are. So feeling into if there's a particular inquiry, a particular question that you're living with right now. And may the cards reveal some deep wisdom and guidance for you today around this. One more deep breath. And then we let our hands come down from the heart, and I bow to you, beloveds. Welcome. So while we were getting ready for you, Kim and I pulled a card that's for her, and it's also the collective card. I said, Kim, you're lucky because it's for the collective, but it's extra special because you're the one that gets to say stop or now. So we received a card that we've had before, and she's back. It's a sacred tool that the goddess is giving us and reminding us that is within us. All the sacred tools from this beautiful deck. You'll see the deck on the back. It's all these beautiful alchemical peacock feathers. All the sacred tools are about embodying the tool. All right, so this is the sacred tool of the light loom from the Weaver Dreamer archetype. And there's the spider that represents like Hopi Spider Woman's prophecy, weaving the web, weaving the dream, awakening within the dream. And so when we pull the light loom as the collective reading, feel into the way that you are so connected as a weaver, as a dreamer, where your choices, your words, your actions ripple. And we are not alone in our vibration either. Even our thoughts ripple. So as a weaver dreamer, you're being invited to weave more consciously, to become a lucid thread on the collective loom, in the collective dream. And you can think about all these gems or little dewdrop sparkles as points of light that you're connected to. They could be things you're creating or beings that you influence and touch with your energy and your choice and your language. Weaver Dreamer is inviting us to become more aware of being at the center of our own dream. So that means you're not the fly caught in the web of someone else's dreaming, someone else's movie direction, even. You can use that metaphor that, am I the heroine or the hero? Am I the script writer and the casting director and the producer of my own mythic story? Or am I caught in someone else's script? So this is a powerful collective card for us to step into more sovereignty as we move along our light loom to awaken within the dream. Beautiful Weaver Dreamer. Thank you. Ringing the bowl for the one. So if that resonates for you, especially right now, if any of that card is medicine for you, you can pop anything that you heard that you're like, yes, right now that is so true for me. Or you can just keep contemplating. That's for everybody. To live more in the center of our own dream. Blessed be. All right, I am ready. I'm shuffling the cards. And I'm just going to tune in. Yes, Danielle says this is so very true for me. Yeah. This is a time to powerfully re-script our stories, not the conditioned stories we were told as little ones or from the movies or the media. This is a time where we lift the veils on a lot of those false stories. This is inspiring me, Kim, to already mention She Rises, because we have an event in 2 weeks. Actually, instead of Oracle office hours, it's going to be all about that. We're going to be diving deeper into the Weaver Dreamer magic with a live ceremony, a free live ceremony called She Rises. So maybe, yeah, Kim just dropped the link. This is all about the re-scripting of our lives to powerfully walk in sovereignty and to make a difference here together. Sylvia says, oh, thanks, Danielle. That's awesome. I'm excited to share that with you. Sylvia says, grateful to be weaving with all of you in the sacred container, praying for ways to get out of the neighborhood and places to go. Yes, we'll hold you in that freedom, beloved, really holding you and changing the script, flipping the script on feeling stuck in your life and just open to the possibilities. Remembering that all change out there starts in here. So whatever that visioning is, that feeling is, that inner magic, that creative dreaming is that you're being asked to expand, we're holding you in that. Blessed be. It's fun to get your comments. Monk Goddess, this message is also very much for me as I'm learning about being a 6/2 projector. Yeah, Kim's a projector too. We were just talking about that. Yay! Welcome, Zunera. Zunera says she can't wait for She Rises. Awesome. I'm looking forward to sharing that temple space with my beloved sister, Charlotte Sophia, who's a powerful initiator and priestess who she's one of these like wise women that takes no bull and says it like it is. And I just appreciate her so much. So our individual readings, if you're new, this is a time for you to raise your hand. And if you have not done this before, I'm going to invite you to scroll down to the bottom bar here where there's a reactions icon. Click the little up arrow, and there is a little hand. Dana, yay, good to see you. Let's do it. I'm going to start with Dana. So I'm going to ask you to unmute, and I'll bring you in for a moment.
Aloha, Eden. Hi.
Hi, love. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, you just remind me of Hawaii, the feeling
Yeah.
with your hair and everything. I'm just in the water.
I always have my signature flower to radiate the aloha spirit because I did used to live in Hawaii. It's a soul home for me, and I'm
Feel
very
it.
much like the essence of that.
I so felt it right away. You
Yeah.
just, yes, thank you for that. So beautiful. So, beloved, this is your time just to receive, to breathe and receive. And, the goddess works in mysterious ways. We might feel like, oh, I hope I get very clear direction about this one thing I'm working on in my life. And then something else will come that will ping you, and you'll know this is what's needed. This is what's first. This is what she's really wanting me to feel or see in myself. So let's see who comes for you. I'm shuffling the cards, and then I'm going to bring you right back in. Stay unmuted. And so now I'm bigger and you can see better. You can see in your water, you're in the realm of water today, Dana. And so am I, in the sense that this temple space, you see this bowl right here in the background on the altar? There's a
Yeah.
chalice and then this bowl. Every time we do our priestess temple, the sapphire blue archetypal temple, we create holy water, sacred waters. People bring water from all around the world and pray over it together. And then we put it in blue bottles and have it on our altar and use it ceremonially. And I just feel you in the spirit of water and
I'm a
how
water being. I'm a water essence. That's me. Yeah.
I feel that too. Okay, here we go. So you tell me when. Okay, ready?
Okay, now that one. Yeah, that one.
Woohoo! All right. Well, I'm going to just say one thing. I'll bring it up for everyone to see. This particular goddess, you got the full goddess, not her tool or her sacred geometry. You got the goddess of love.
Oh,
She's so,
wow.
she's so beautiful. She's the full moon. She's the ripening, the apple, the full blossomed rose, this conch shell she's laying inside of. She's just sensuality embodied, not as an escape from her divinity, rather as a portal to it. This is the awakening through the senses and the body in the feminine, rather than a lot of these spiritual paths that would say suppress the senses and only go vertical. Okay, we're going to add you back in so I can see you. So as a beautiful aloha spirit water being, this is a call back into your hula, back into your body, back into your flow, the ripple of energy that moves up your spine, that awakens you even more to the divine. The goddess of love is saying, I feel, I respond, I beautify. What is it to beautify just with your very essence, your walk? And you do. This is what you are embodying now with that flower in your hair and your smile and your essence. Just being that brings beauty into the world. So, her other deepening question for you is, where, usually it's to avoid rejection or disappointment in some way. There may be a way that you're being asked to come even more fully into that full blossom of your extended open heart of fragrance. She's the invitation and the offering. She is the reciprocity of love as an infinity loop where there's no giver or receiver.
I
So
always use that.
yeah,
That's
if
one.
any area of your life that you're withholding or shielding your heart, she's
Mhm.
inviting you to come deeper into the temple of your heart and just dissolve like that water, any of that crystallization.
Mm.
So just breathing with that and feeling if there's okay. This one.
When you said that question, you slightly on my computer cut out a slight bit. So you said something like, where have you,
Where
and
do
I
you still
missed a little bit.
shield? Where do you still
Shielded.
shield your heart?
Shield. Mhm.
Yeah. And it might be very subtle. I can tell you're a very, very soft being. And there might be particular relationships or particular dynamics where you tend to still protect, still shield. So she's inviting you deeper into the heart of love. Yeah.
So what does she advise to melt those shields, those subtle
Yeah.
shields?
Yes. So in the goddess, unconditional love, it's like this. There's nothing you need to do to make me love you. There's nothing you can do to make me not love you. I simply love you. So when that's fully integrated, those shields are gone. That's it. Unconditional love. Yeah. And you can love someone unconditionally from a distance, folks. Like we know there's people that are not meant to be in our innermost circle anymore. That being said, to still hold them in love in our thoughts, to release them and hold them in love. So is this probably is medicine for many here, Dana, and you're the one that's getting the full blast of her goddess of love frequency. And I would say this is probably medicine for many of us here. I can take this medicine fully. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful to see you.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. Beautiful. Let's ring the bowl for the goddess of love. She is my primary archetype in the work that I have been doing for so many years. The goddess of love is that frequency of pink roses, really lush, beautiful pink. Okay, to the goddess of love, thank you, beloved. Danielle, would you like a reading? Yay. All right. So let's bring you on. Hi.
How are
See you. Great.
you?
Yay.
So I am currently like being called for my spirit, my soul is calling me forward into more of I'm almost like a triple Scorpio, so very deep, very occult. And I have always, for like the past 10 years, I've been a virtual assistant for women entrepreneurs. And I love that. And my soul is calling me forward. Okay, but here's the thing. I have to be really brave now. I can't like hide behind a curtain and like run the show. Like I have to come out, you know? And this is really scary. This is a scary point in my life. So any medicine would be so.
Yeah. Thanks for the share first, and let's see what comes and who comes. So remember, there's the goddesses themselves, there's their sacred tools, and there's their frequency cards as a sacred geometry card. But you'll get the archetypal wisdom from each. So yeah, I mean, I already am streaming for you because I'm excited for you. I'm like, yes to that. Yes to coming out from behind the curtain. Yes to shining your light without apology. Yes to using your unique voice in the world. We all matter. And I'm sure what you shared is medicine for many here too already. It's time. It's time to bring our gifts. All right, I'm shuffling the cards for you, and just bring a hand to your heart and breathe into this precious portal. And we're gonna pop you off, but stay unmuted so you can choose your card. All right. Okay. Ready, Danielle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you tell me when or here or now or stop. Okay, here we go.
That one. Yep.
All right. It's an interesting card for your inquiry. It is a sacred tool again, and this is the yantra, the Shri yantra to be precise. And it is the sacred tool of the goddess of compassion. And when we think about, well, what does structure have to do with compassion? Okay, get ready for this, this download. The goddess of compassion is bringing the most like rarefied information down from spirit, violet ray energy, violet flame energy, very high frequency. And it needs to become crystallized into form to be brought into the world, to matter, to make it matter, like materialize, right? So the Shri Yantra is a visual tool and a symbol of that very thing. There are 4 upward triangles representing your masculine energy, the transcendent divine masculine. That is like the language of light, thought itself, pure consciousness. And there are 5 descending triangles representing Shakti, or the yoni portal of birth and creation into form. And your heart is the bindu in the center. That's your dreaming awake through your heart, not the mind that's like this or that or what if and what will they think. And oh boy, I'm going to bring you back in so I can see you. Yes. So, of course, because it's coming from the goddess of compassion, it's requiring that you bring a lot of self-compassion into the process while it's happening. And compassion is actually a very kind of sometimes very fierce energy. It's like saying no to that which no longer serves, to be able to create this structure, to be able to see your value and your worth, to say no to the that no longer serve, right? To have that level of compassion for the self, to be able to live from the heart, truly. And her 2-phrase empowerment statement is, I recognize, I seed. I recognize and I seed. So I'm going to ask you, Danielle, to really recognize what isn't in that high frequency in your life anymore, so that you can seed new patterns, new even situations that will bring the structure required to manifest your own sacred offering now. Pretty clear, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the bravery piece, vulnerability to be seen so that I,
Yeah,
can see.
you're doing it right now. I want to bow to that speaking up, coming on, asking for help. We can still feel fear and step forward, and that's courage. And you're doing it. You're asking spirit, you're putting it out to the universe through this transmission. You're like, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Yes. So keep bringing that compassion back to the process, and then recognizing what no longer serves, to seed those thoughts, those patterns, those relationships that serve this. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Nice to meet you. All right, let's ring the bowl for the goddess of compassion. Blessed be. Did that resonate for others? I'm going to just check the chat for anything here that is being shared. Oh, the hands. Renee, I hope you found the little hand. Yes. Okay. Aw, beautiful. Yeah, with people resonating with human design about it. Yeah, this is in the field today. It's really fun. And shine on, you crazy diamond. You too, Randy. Dana says structure is a current theme for me too. Yeah. We're being asked on a very deep awakening during this shift of ages to come into balance between our masculine and feminine essence so much more. We're healing this kind of ancient spell around really extreme polarities, around women are like this or men are like that. and we're coming into being more balanced. And that structure card is a visual representation of that, as we talked about. And there are many sacred geometries throughout time that represent this balance. Many alchemists and metaphysicians have been aware of these symbols for, millennia. And now the veils are lifting for us to say, okay, what is the deeper message of these symbols? And how do we work with that to bring ourselves into harmony, balance? All right, I see a few. Goddess Satina, I see your name now. Would you like to come get a reading? Oops. Let me see. Unmute yourself.
Sure.
Yay. Here we go. Welcome. Good to see you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, can you remind me where you are today?
I am in Kansas City, Missouri.
In
Huh?
Missouri. And your name is so beautiful, and it reminds me of being a priestess, a monk goddess, an embodiment of the goddess who's kind of living in service, the monk goddess. It's beautiful.
No, thank you.
I'm
I miss
shuffling the
California
cards.
so
You miss
much.
California? Yeah, I'm sure in Missouri there's probably a few beings that you'd have to find to like really speak this language to, and put out the beacon. You'll attract them. But in California, we're really popping over here. There's a lot of people awakening. And speaking of this, I'm going to take you off for a second so that you can see the cards, but stay unmuted, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. All right, Satina. So just putting a hand on your heart for a moment before you choose a card, taking a couple deep breaths. Did you know this is really good for our nervous system? It releases oxytocin, downregulates the nervous system. Just breathing into the heart and feeling the receptivity, the openness to receive. Good. All right, beloved, you ready?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. You say when.
When?
Okay. In the house. This time we have one of our frequency cards. So we just spoke a lot about this energy and about how to bring things into form through the structure card. This is the upward triangle that is pointing to more of that transcendent energy. And for you, beloved, she's inviting you to raise your frequency within, no matter what's happening in the out picturing of your life right now. That means whether it's living in a place you don't totally resonate with, or with people that you are having challenges with. The transcendence card is not asking you to become spiritually bypassed or disembodied, because she's very rooted. The base of the triangle is very rooted. It is about then lifting your frequency into that violet ray energy, which is about forgiveness. I'm going to bring you back in, okay? Here we go. Yeah, it is about dissolving any hard-heartedness with compassion, with forgiveness, to raise your frequency, no matter what they are doing, no matter what they are saying. You can be in the world and not of it, in the sense of transcending that vibe and bringing a higher vibration that doesn't separate. Compassion is with. Calm is a root of with others in presence and unconditional love, without collapsing into their frequency, without taking on their frequency. And for very sensitive beings like you, I can tell, I can feel your empathy, and your emotional body is very heightened. So this is a practice. It's like Jedi practice for you to stay in your own higher frequency, and navigate much like Kuan Yin, who rides that dragon through these different dimensions to bring that compassion to the world. She can go from these like very heavenly realms, very high frequency places into this human realm, and even into the parts of the subconscious that might feel scary, our emotional body. So this is for you to keep coming back to that lotus heart and to the violet ray in your heart and in your mind. Yeah.
It's interesting the purple came up because like an hour before I came on, like I heard this song. It was a movie I saw a long time ago, like as a kid. Like the color purple. And there was a song that came through like speak to me, Lord, like, and I'm just like, why is this like coming through my head? So I had to like look it up because it's just so like I didn't understand the movie then because I was too young. And in the color purple, and I was like, oh, it's really interesting. And I was like, well, I guess there's something else I need to forgive. I don't know what it is. And I have been doing some ancestral work. Like I didn't grow up with my biological family, but they've been channeling stuff through food, through my partner. And so he gives me messages, and so I'm learning a little bit about myself through these different ethnic groups that's in my lineage.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So just keep checking in as you're, maybe there's that ancestral healing, that part of that forgiveness is still just, I forgive them. They know not what they did. Like whatever that was in the deepest, inner vibrational core of your inner child, right? That's a little deepening for you from this card. And the transcendence is really that high frequency of compassion now for self and other. When you're feeling some of that forgiveness work might take you to some sad places or some tender places. Compassion, deep compassion.
Yeah. I guess I have to learn how to have that for myself because like I'm still like, I guess, having trouble relaxing.
Yeah. When I mean, we could go so deep into this more in like a one-on-one session, but I work with a lot of people who have they have childhood trauma that they can't even really remember, but they have it in it's in their nervous system. It's deep. So yeah.
It's amazing you can pick up all that from me.
Yeah. I'm just bowing to you and thank you for coming, taking this time for yourself. And it's wonderful to meet you and see you.
Nice to meet you too.
All
Thank you.
right, Atina, blessed be. Let's ring the bowl for the goddess of compassion again. She's back. Wow. We're going deep today. We're going deep into the mystery. It's fun and it's real. So I am seeing a couple more hands that are up, and I'm feeling like I haven't read for either of you in a while. So I'm going to start with Kazia. Is that how you say it? Kaja? Kaja. You're going to have to tell me when to unmute.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm all right. I'm a bit nervous. It's my first time, basically.
Oh, it is your
Um,
first time. I think I had
yeah,
another being with the same name, but it's not you. It's a different one. So how do you pronounce your name?
it's Kasia.
Asha. I love that. And where are you calling from today?
I'm in London.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome. Good to meet
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, I know it's kind of like most people get like tarot readings that are kind of general, and I'm such an intuitive being that I might go a little deeper with people. And so, yeah, just be prepared. It's in love. It's in absolute love. Anything that comes up is, and you're not alone. There's probably deep medicine for others when when we do these. That's the power of the archetypes.
I really resonate with other readings as well. So not sure if there's anything else, but yeah,
Yeah.
let's give it a try. Yeah.
Yes. So, my friend and apprentice, Alexis, she can never make it to this time for the reading, but she watches the replays. And for those of you watching the replay, whether it's on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, or when we send out the email and you get it, if you're on my mailing list, the way that she does it, if she can't come live, is that each card represents a different part of her life. So she takes the medicine, just like you've been saying, Kaja, that there's a lot of resonance with each of these. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
The power of archetypal work. This is just one more thing, then we'll do your pull. There was a Jungian psychologist, or she might still be alive, named Marion Woodman, beautiful author that has written many powerful things that have helped people a lot understanding archetypes. And she says that working with archetypes compared to just kind of psychological mental work, like with a therapist, has a very kind of quantum effect. The archetypal energy is like a thunderclap compared to the quack of a duck of frequency with just psychological, talking about something from that level. So as you receive, Kaja, as you receive your archetype, you can feel her come alive in you. You can invite her more into your life. And for everyone who's received a card and who's resonated with cards, this is the invitation. The archetypes live through us. They want us to embody them. Okay.
Well, I have to say, my crown chakra is activated at the moment.
Good sign. You're ready to receive the download from the goddess. Okay, I'm going to bring you off for a second. Stay unmuted, and then we'll pop you back in. All right, here we go. Tell me when.
Right now. Yeah.
All right, beloved. Now this card, I'll just say one thing. Do you remember the frequency of water in the room I'm sitting in? The sapphire blue frequency? This is the goddess archetype, who is also the priestess, the emissary and embodiment of her many faces. This is the lady of the lake, the mistress of the waters, also sometimes called the Magdalene. This is the being that is here in service to the collective awakening. The priestess walks with one foot beyond the veil. The fact that your crown chakra was opening and preparing, goddess, mother would like you to recognize that you are this in your own unique way. You may never call yourself this. Some people say, oh, that's too edgy. Who am I trying to be? There's hardly any priestesses in the modern world, in the Western world. That's a thing of the past. Well, why is that? What happened to us? We were once the bridge between the collective in the temples and the divine, administering to the people. So there's been a big kind of changing of the guards with the patriarchy, but it's time now to come out of hiding, and it's safe now to share your gifts. So I'm going to bring you back in, beloved. This is a strong reminder that you have keys, you have gifts, and to recognize the keys you carry. The codes, the keys, you know, in the new age lingo, it's like the codes, sharing codes, but I'd like to say the priestess keys that you carry, that you're here to share. And that's what comes naturally to you. Your loving presence, the way that you hold space for others, your compassion, your empathy. I mean, I'm just receiving these and projecting them just from my intuition, but you know what keys you carry. So the priestess is also going to ask you to come into more stillness, because her expression is, I amplify in stillness, I transmit. So in stillness, you will receive more information. You'll become a high frequency resonating receiver for divine wisdom to then transmit your wisdom, that is the goddess's wisdom, through you as a priestess. So yeah, this is pretty big confirmation if you've been wondering, like whatever you might call yourself, you are that. Look at the color you're wearing today, my goodness. The
Yeah,
goddess
look at your color.
works in synchronicities, right? Everyone's aware, like there are no coincidences. This is her color, the sapphire blue. Yes, and others are resonating with the message too. So what comes up for you? You said, oh no, I'm a little nervous. This is a big like nod back from the goddess to you.
Thank you very much. I mean, I kind of know that I have this power, and I kind of know what's my calling as well, which is healing with the hands. But I'm still like one step in the system, one like spirituality, and I don't have this courage to leave the system, go into my calling like in 100%. And in terms of
Can I
like
pause you
how to-
quick there just to say, when Daniela shared earlier, you must have felt yourself in her mirror, like that same still being behind in the system, but having gifts to share that are uniquely yours, right? This is the threshold you're standing at right now. Yeah, so I invite you to come on May 1st. We're going to go really deep into kind of breaking some of the fear stories and the blocks around stepping courageously into our own heroine's journey. This is time. It's time. And go ahead and say what else you were going to share. I just
There is one more thing that there is this pattern that it keeps repeating for me. Like whenever I feel like I really shine and I feel this source energy in me, then I feel like when I'm helping someone, I'm taking the bad and giving the good, and then I feel depleted with the energy. So, and it's repeating all the time, and then I don't know, am I processing other people's trauma at that point, or there is this just
you're
thing.
not alone. This is the empath's journey. This is a very crucial piece that I would love to support you more around that, around the boundaries of the soul and the sacred no. And it's not the no to the person, it's a no to that energy that feels like it's hooking or draining. And for all of us that struggle with this, I'm just going to, this is a collective piece. When we're very sensitive, we're very open. And that's how we naturally are as little children, right? And some of us, we also are kind of more, we're like caretaking. We're very much in service. So it is about learning where they stop and where I begin, what is theirs and what is mine, and how to discharge the energy. And yeah, there's definite tools and keys that I carry to help with things like this in the work, in the priestess work. This is the empath's challenge. And I would say don't shut that channel down. Just learn how to utilize it really skillfully and appropriately. Yeah. And for many here, I'm sure you can relate that this is a big challenge for light workers, healers, especially for people that do hands-on work like you. It's important to learn that.
Okay, thank you very much.
So good to meet you. I hope you can come. It's at this, I think it's at the same time. It might be, no, you know what? It's longer. So we're going to start at 11 a.m., which is easier for you if you're in Europe. It's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on May 1st. This, did you come through my mailing list? Do you know if you are already on the list? Great. Kim, can you drop the She Rises link one more time? I would love you to be there, sister. I think that there's some really, really pertinent pieces that you'll get from that Charlotte and I have for you. So it'd be fun to see you there if it aligns.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
Good to meet you,
Thank you.
Kasia. Blessings. All right, let's ring the bowl to the priestess, the mistress of the waters, the lady of the lake, the Magdalene. I think we have unfortunately run out of time for a full reading today. So, Amy, I would love to give you a reading first next time if you can make it. You're going to be at the top of my list looking out for you. And that'll be next week. I plan to be back next week.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
all right, wonderful. So, everyone, let's lift this to the one. Let's put our hands on our heart. Just feel everything you've received. Remember, a grateful, open heart is a dimensional doorway, and we lift it to the one heart for all beings. And so it is. Only love. I'm going to put everyone in the gallery for a second so I can see you. Bye for now, beloveds. Good to see you. Bye. Bye. Only love.